స్వేచ్ఛ మీడియా ప్రేక్షకులకు నమస్కారం. నేను చాలా అరుదైన ప్రాంతంలో ఉన్నాను. ఇప్పుడు నేనున్నది మైసన్ టెంపుల్ ఉన్న ప్రాంతము. అలాగే మీకు ఒక విశిష్టమైన వ్యక్తిని కూడా పరిచయం చేస్తున్నాను. మైసన్ టెంపుల్ సమూహంలో గైడ్గా పనిచేస్తూ హిస్టరీ స్టూడెంట్ కాకుండా ఇక స్థానిక ప్రజల పట్ల అనురక్తి ఉండటము, హిందూ దేవాలయాల పట్ల అనురక్తి ఉన్న ఒక వ్యక్తి థావ్ను పరిచయం చేస్తున్నాను. మిస్టర్ థావ్.
Yeah, hello, I'm the guys at Mason Century. I like to guide you for these Hindu temples.
I'll ask some questions. Mr. Thaw will try to answer. How you feel, Mr. Thaw, regarding working for a project where you are not directly related? You are not a Hindu, definitely, and still you feel proud to be associated with this. What are your feelings?
Well, we see the chamber culture is one of the culture that very early developed in central Vietnam, and it has proved that it is an example of the early adoptions of the foreign culture in South Asia.
Okay.
From around the 2nd century, the Chan people got to establish the kingdom, and they soon got connected with India, and they built those Hindu temples to show the respect to the gods. And unfortunately, this civilization did not last anymore, but a lot of the temples still remain in central Vietnam. There's a lot more complexes like Misang. It showed that the Chan people did have, were very talented and very skillful in the way how they built those structures, the way how preserve their colors on the original bricks to look so reddish, and the way how they imply their Hindu mythologies in the carvings and details of the structures. That made me so excited to learn more about the culture. And since I was a boy, I already found this culture very interesting, and it encouraged me a lot to become a guide, a lot to bring the stories and histories of the Chan people to people around this world.
Since how many years you're working here?
Yeah, I worked as a guide for 8 years.
Mm-hmm. 8 years.
Since I graduated.
What kind of people come here? What is the profile of people coming as tourists here?
Well, usually Masons have those tourists who are interested in history and culture, who want to explore something different. Because in comparison with the other religious sites in around Vietnam, Mason is the the only site which has Indian influence culture in something different from an example of the tribe people, the Chan people. Yeah, while the others religious temple is more referred to the Viet culture.
A lot of Indians come here, or many other people from other countries also come here.
Before the epidemic, we haven't got that many Indian travelers that we are getting at the moment, since the Vietnam government just opened some of the direct flight from Calcutta, New Delhi, or Mumbai to Ho Chi Minh City, Hanoi, or Da Nang City. Then we're getting more Indian tourists. And usually Indian tourists try to see these Hindu temples. Yeah, that's very interesting.
What do you think is the future of this complex? Will it be totally restored, or it will be kept like this as a heritage site or something like that?
Yeah. Well, the site only got some restoration. Since the French found the monuments, they only restore some of them. Then in 1980s, after the Vietnam War, a lot of structures got restored and consolidated to support the upper parts from falling over. Also, then we got the Italian restoration, some Vietnamese restoration projects, and then Indian recently. Indian expert restored the cluster A, cluster K, cluster H, and they are going to do some work with the cluster F. Well, most of the restoration by those experts are not fully. They just restore parts of it because we are not sure about the modern technique. Some of the structure we haven't got the photos or the sketches of them before they collapsed. So, anyways, the restoration for the whole fully structure may not be suitable for the ancient heritage.
Yeah, we are facing this similar problem in India also. We are not able to restore our Kakatiya Ramappa temple, UNESCO heritage site, but still we are not sure how to restore this. This is a big problem, really. But good work is being done, and the connectivity, roads, and everything looks very good. And maybe more and more tourists will be coming. And you are talking about some of the artifacts belonging to this temple complex or vigrahas going to museums in Paris and Ho Chi Minh. Will you kindly explain about those things?
What is
These were some artifacts from this place going to Paris museum and Ho Chi Minh city museum and some other places kept in museum. What are the really the artifacts or vigrahas or kept in the museums? You have any? You can explain.
Well, there's some the antiques.
Antiques, maybe.
Yeah,
that is the right word.
That is now in foreign museum or some private collections, either in foreign countries or in Vietnam, because some of them found in the temple complex here, some just from other complexes. Well, even from people who were looking for bombs or fragments of bombs from the war, they found some of the antiques as well. Yeah. So I hope one day those antiques and artifacts, the precious ones, would be returned to the place they should belong.
And proper museum, I think, should be established in this place, not in cities like that. But maybe some security issues and other issues will be there. But what do you think is the future, next 10 years, what do you think it will happen here? Next 10 years. Because both the Indian government and Vietnam government are interested in this restoration project. What do you think? What you visualize next 10 years for this complex?
Well,
more tourists will come definitely. And what else?
Well, besides restoring the structures, the management board of the sites and of the Ministry of Culture of Vietnam is going to raise the knowledge of people about the sites, Mason Sanctuary particularly, and the Champa culture generally. So in the future, I expect that the site will draw more attention of those history lovers. Yeah, and the kind of travelers who love to learn about the ancient religions and practice. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Thao.
Thank you.
Thank you
Yeah.
for the valuable information.